and girls, gather for over 97 here, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be reviewing the newly released DVD release of one of the Doctor Who spin-offs from the 90s titled The Mindgame Saga. This DVD release features Mindgame and its sequel, Mindgame Trilogy. Both productions star basically the same characters, which is Sophie Aldred, who plays the sort of human female warrior. We've got a Sontaran and also a Draconian. As I said, these are Doctor Who spin-offs. They're from the same company called Real Time, who've produced many Doctor Who spin-offs through the 90s, sort of when it wasn't on, such as Downtime, Damon's Rising, and a few others. Start with the first production in this DVD set, which is Mindgame, which is a half-an-hour drama set in a prison cell. It's got a very claustrophobic atmosphere. Although they sort of do break out near the end, it is basically entirely set in this one enclosed area. One by one, each character gets placed in and they don't know why they're there. And they're sort of trying to escape and find out who's behind this. Off the bat, I think the dynamics between them are absolutely brilliant. Obviously you got this first of all, you got the Sontarans and the Draconians, which are the first time and I think only time they've sort of been together. Quite memorable, pertwee monsters. It's quite funny because obviously like the Draconian, they're quite superior. And the Sontarans obviously very warlike and all stuff. But it's funny to see them sort of interact. And also when Sophie Aldred's sort of human character is introduced, adds a whole new layer. She sort of brings across like sort of females in combat, which the Draconian's like, whoa, no. As I said, you do go on through this mini film, you do start to realise the more and more similarities between them, because obviously it's just so random. Like obviously they've been plucked from different sort of places and obviously different species, but obviously they all have sort of war-like qualities in them, and that's what sort of all connects them all. Of course there is a puppet master, which was okay. Like when he's sort of first introduced, you can sort of see many shots of his hands, which reminded me of the Five Doctors. And this is written by Terence Dicks, obviously he wrote the Five Doctors. It's sort of like, he does like his sort of mysterious villain's hand. I said the villain was okay. He had quite interesting sort of views, but practically the mask was just a no-no. It was quite funny because obviously you got the Sontaran and the Draconian, and they both got speaking mouths, but the villain like just had just a mask and he was speaking but no mouth movement. So that didn't sort of mix well with what they're putting across. But I think I was really satisfied sort of coming away from it, because I did feel like I was like, yeah, they did some interesting stuff with that sort of character, and they sort of put two together. Like I think they made the most of sort of like the three characters sort of combo together, two of them working together to defeat one, etc, etc. And by the end of it, they're not friends as such, but they do have sort of a mutual respect for each other, and it's quite cool sort of going into the next one as well. They do have experiences from that, which they're going to take away, and it does change their character, which is sort of like the purpose of the Mindgame Trilogy. So yeah, it was a really nice contained story with some great characters. Again, obviously it is very small scale, you can tell obviously it is a small production. Some of the 3D stuff doesn't work too well with the practical stuff they're doing, but if you look past that, it's a really nice sort of mini film. But yes, it's one of those things which you think it shouldn't work, but it does. And obviously it's penned by legendary writer Terence Dicks. So yeah, no, I think that there's some quite interesting views that come across as well, obviously about war and gender equality and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, no, it's a really nice little contained spin-off. So they've all been teleported away. You think that's it, but no, there's an hour-long film called Mindgame Trilogy. All three stories are penned by different writers, and they are essentially monologues. So obviously you've got the Sontaran, he's in the battlefield and he basically gets wounded, and he's sort of expressing how he's been affected by this. Like, obviously the Sontarans are coded for one thing, and that's war, but he's questioning that morality, which is really nice. The Draconian, he's in a prison cell for charges you don't find out until near the very end, but yeah, here's basically him like sort of slowly mentally breaking down. And also Sophie Aldred's character, she gets sort of shot down in space, and she is essentially waiting to die. So yeah, it's essentially all of them reflecting on their final moments of their life. Fun. Even though two of them are basically aliens, they make the characters really relatable, and you do really sympathise with them, which is great. For example, the Sontaran's fate at the end of his story I found it really gut-wrenching. I was like, oh no, because he'd accomplished so much like mentally, and he sort of broke out of essentially the Sontaran mindset, and basically it was just all abolished. But you know, it was great for that character to sort of come that far, but it was just essentially came to nothing because, as I say, he does approach another Sontaran, which hasn't broke that sort of Sontaran mentality. And it basically accumulates to nothing for that character. So yeah, it's really gut-wrenching. The effects are 10 times better in this compared to Mindgame. The sort of examples of this will be on the Sontaran battlefield, and obviously Sophie Aldred's character scenes in space. Her character, I had to keep questioning myself, thinking, is she ace? Like, she kept name-dropping stuff from Doctor Who, like she was ace. Like, she keeps saying Professor, and then she said Wicked. So she could be ace, but I think it's sort of like there sort of to take or leave, because obviously at that point, they hadn't had a conclusion, we still really haven't, to Ace's sort of story. If they were continuing the classic series, she was meant to sort of go off to Gallifrey. But for this, I think it's sort of like, you can take it or leave it. Obviously in this, she's meant to be like a female mercenary, and you know, she does do the odd name drop, so I think it's sort of like, here's an ending to that character, take it or leave it. I think my favourite monologue had to be the Sontaran one, just because it sort of played with the sort of morality of that Sontaran. Like, obviously some of the actions of the characters in Mindgame, they were quite compassionate. Like, even though they were sort of forced to fight each other and kill each other, they refused to do it, and that sort of worked in the back of his mind for him. Like, even though Strax, for example, is an outcast, he still sort of thinks of war, and this one sort of broke down what a Sontaran is. Another cool thing that was they shown us how the pro-event was used, which was a really nice touch. The Draconian one was probably the funniest, even though it is sort of him in a prison cell sort of slowly breaking down. It is quite funny, sort of some of the tangents he goes on. And even though he doesn't die at the end, he feels it's worse than death, what he's sort of being sent to. Which is a really nice touch. But again, he's not like overly affected. Like, I think the Sontaran was the most affected by the events. Obviously it questions like what he's thinking. Sontaran, but you know, the Draconian one was probably the funniest, yeah. Sophie Aldred's human character's sort of monologue story was hard to watch. I thought there might have been some sort of escape at the end, like there might have been some sort of distress call she could have done, and she does try that. But again, it's sort of the grim reality, like she is in space, like there's no one sort of cool. It's quite a funny line when she sort of says that she wishes like a time traveling machine should just fly past. And I think that's what it sort of goes to his advantage with these sort of Mindgame Trilogy stories. It's sort of like the gritty realness. Like, even though at the end of Mindgame it is quite sort of like happy that they all sort of went off, you didn't know where they went, but you know they escaped. But obviously this is just sort of like the casualties of war will catch up on you, like if you're a part of that. It reminds me of like the discussion they were sort of having in Class episode 4 just a few weeks ago, when April's character got the same sort of mindset as the Shadowkin, and she sort of goes on a rage about like if you're in war, then you're sort of destined to die. This helps her point. So overall, yeah, I really enjoyed these sort of two films. Mindgame, I think, was sort of my favourite, obviously because it sort of had the three characters interacting, and Mindgame Trilogy was pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't work without Mindgame, and some of the monologues did drag on a bit. But apart from that, no, it was a really interesting sort of look at the aftermath. I know this was obviously made in the late 90s, but it would be really cool if we had like a sort of prequel to the Mindgame one. So it's sort of like we've got the sort of the three stories. Maybe doing a similar thing what they did with the last one, like sort of three individual stories leading up to the Mindgame. I know it's a bit late as it was made in the 90s. But one can hope. This DVD release also comes with lots of special features. You've got a new retrospect on both stories, which is really cool, and you've also got the original makings of both stories. You've got still galleries, and you also get an insight into the script of the first one with some missing scenes. So yeah, that is the Mindgame Saga new release DVD, which came out a couple of days ago. You're filming this on the 14th of November, so you can get it if you're interested. I really enjoy this because obviously it's sort of viewing something which is a sort of untouched area of Doctor Who. I think as Who fans, we do love the sort of like knowing everybody's story, know everything about the Whoniverse, and learning new things. I think this is great for that. So that's Mindgame Saga. You can get it, I think it's on Amazon actually. But yeah, check it out if you can. Really great mini production. Guardians of the Galaxy essentially of the Doctor Who universe, sort of putting all these different characters together, not thinking they're going to work. And they do, they really do. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, like the Gallifrey97 Facebook page, and I'm also on Instagram as well. Links to those in the description below. Quickly before I go, on Sunday the 20th of November, this coming Sunday, I'm attending the 10th Planet signing event in Slough. I'm going on the Saturday, meeting Adam the Ultimate Whovian and Cousins 2019, and a few other people. Geeks Handbag I'm meeting hopefully on Sunday. So yeah, and I'm going to meet all the various people I sort of met at LFCC. I'm meeting Tom Baker, oh my god. Photos with Tom Baker signing as well, and I'm also getting photo shoots and signings with William Russell and Callum Ford. Honestly, I'm so ecstatic for this. These are like the legends of Doctor Who. I've never met them before. So I might vlog, I'm not too sure, but I want to enjoy the event. But yeah, if you're going, love to see you there. Feel free to approach me if you see me, say hello, and I'd love to speak to you if you're going. So yeah, I'll say, if you're not going, I'll hopefully do a video on it all in the coming weeks. On the subject of upcoming videos, I do have a few in the pipeline leading up to Christmas, but the ones coming up most recently, I'll be trying to continue my reviews of Class. I've missed episodes 4 and 5, and I need to obviously review episode 6, which I'll be in Slough for when that comes out. So I may sort of do a 3-episode review, sort of maybe a hangout version. Got a few trailers on the way, including a Missy/Master trailer, also a CW Superior trailer, leading up to their sort of 4-night crossover, which will be sort of coming out hopefully after this one. So yeah, there's a few videos in the pipeline. Obviously then I'll be doing some Christmassy videos as we get to Christmas. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this review and you want to check out Mindgame Saga, I'll link that in the description for you to get that if you're interested. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.